The 2018 Global Forecast looks at each of the major regions of the world, addressing global trends in each of them and geopolitical, transportation, health, environmental and security risks that pose potential threats to travellers and business operations. As one of iJET's intelligence team, I will be taking you through our 2018 outlook for the United Kingdom's relationship with the European Union as it negotiates to leave the bloc. I'm Jonathan Keemer, Senior Intelligence Manager for the Europe and Russia CIS region here at iJET International. I've worked in the security sector for nearly 10 years and was previously a financial journalist here in the City of London during the credit crunch and subsequent economic downturn. I have a master's degree in war studies from King's College London, and before that had a commercial background in the defence sector, principally in the Far Eastern markets. In December, the European Commission announced that the UK had satisfied its requirements of the first phase of the Brexit negotiations. The talks will now move toward defining the shape of the United Kingdom's trade, security and regulatory relations with its former partners. Throughout the coming year, they will discuss the nature of the transition period that will follow the United Kingdom's scheduled departure in March 2019. Both sides will need to agree an arrangement which will enable businesses and governments to adjust operations to meet the operating environment that will exist following the transition period, which will likely last until the end of 2020. The European Union's chief Brexit negotiator, Michel Barnier, has said that a deal on the transition must be signed by this coming October in order to give time for national governments in the United Kingdom and in European Union member states to ratify it by March 2019. The European Commission insists that it will be unable to conclude a free trade agreement with the United Kingdom in that time, though there is a lot else to be agreed, including how much will Westminster be prepared to pay for favourable access to the European single market? How will trade operate over the land border between the United Kingdom and Ireland? Will the United Kingdom accept the free movement of people from throughout the European Economic Area into the country as the price for favourable trade relations? Reaching stakeholder agreement on such points by October could present considerable challenges. In Westminster, there are deep divisions over whether the United Kingdom should remain closely aligned with the European single market during the transition, or whether it should have a complete break. Prime Minister May has already ruled out continued membership of the single market, which seems at odds with her view that the United Kingdom will retain unfettered trade access to Europe throughout the transition period. Prime Minister May's weak parliamentary position means that she will face considerable pressure from all sides of the debate throughout 2018, particularly in late 2018 when any transition agreement is likely to be presented to the British Parliament. If hardline pro-Brexit MPs vote against the deal, it is possible that a cliff edge or hard Brexit would take place in March 2019. The United Kingdom would then leave the European Union with no regulatory or trade arrangements in place, theoretically leading to a complete cessation of all trade links. This cliff edge scenario could also occur if differences arise between European Union member states when the deal comes before the European Parliament. To some members, such as Ireland, it will be important to maintain frictionless trade post-Brexit. Others could be more concerned about extracting maximum financial concessions from the United Kingdom. So there are several hurdles that must be jumped before any deal can be implemented by the United Kingdom's leave date in March 2019. However, politicians on all sides are likely to be keen to reach a workable transition agreement, and we expect some flexibility and policy shifts. In particular, Prime Minister May's public commitment to leave the European single market in March 2019 is likely to be revised. With formal negotiations on a permanent free trade deal very unlikely before the United Kingdom's departure, the only way to guarantee frictionless trade after March 2019, particularly along the land border between the United Kingdom and Ireland, is to remain within the existing trade architecture, including the single market, during the transition. However, this would represent a significant defeat for the government, which could bring down Theresa May, usher in a less Eurosceptic Conservative administration, or even prompt a general election. So these are the key takeaways. Talks on the nature of the transition period will begin in March, with a view to having a deal agreed by October 2018. Any transition deal will require ratification before March 2019, or the United Kingdom will depart the bloc with no existing trade or regulatory arrangements in place. Prime Minister May will likely abandon her commitment to leave the single market, leading to a soft Brexit in March 2019, with full British participation in the single market until at least the end of 2020. This could represent a humiliating defeat for her government, which could lead to a change in administration before the end of 2018. Thank you for taking the time to learn about iJET's 2018 Brexit outlook. If you have any questions, please tweet them using the hashtag iJET2018forecast. We'll be keeping an eye out on Twitter and will answer questions as they come in. For more information about the 2018 global forecast, visit ijet.com/globalforecast.